Hello?
It's
Hello?
me. Do you remember the way we used to be?
Is this your Adele?
This is
Is this your Adele? I have to what are you drinking tonight, Kathleen? Hello everyone. Please tell us if you can see us and hear us. Are you drinking a wine?
I have a big glass of red wine with ice cubes in it because that is the kind of classy New Jersey girl that I am.
Prince used to drink wine with a straw. Red wine with a straw.
It's like sangria.
Yeah, I had a friend who was his personal waiter. Like, whenever he went to this one restaurant in Minneapolis, he would request my friend. And my friend was, like, always on call to come in and be his server. And he always had wine in a straw.
Oh,
Hi,
that's
everybody.
amazing.
Yeah, everyone from the Twin Cities has their own Prince story.
Today is Zadia's birthday. Zadia, are we saying that correctly? Let me see if I can find her and get her up on screen. Oh, there she... Oh. Where did you go, Zadia?
How do you spell it?
Okay, I got her. I'm fighting her on screen.
Or is it Zaida?
Oh, or like Aida. Zaida. Ooh, Bethany, you're so smart.
I don't know how it's spelled. I can't find her in the chat.
Hi.
Hi, happy birthday.
Thank you.
How are we saying your name incorrectly? Oh, you have a tiara.
It's Aida.
Zaida.
Yeah.
Bethany was right.
Z. Well, happiest
Z.
of birthdays. What did you do today to celebrate your
Oh,
birthday?
I'm working from home today, and I think this weekend I'm going to like my very first show since last year to a drag brunch.
Oh, hey now.
Amazing.
Oh, I'm very
Like
jealous. Oh, yeah, in the city. Are you from New York?
Yeah, I'm in your city. I'm from Washington Heights.
Oh, fabulous.
Oh.
Amazing. Well, that's a good way to spend your birthday.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have been there.
spending it with us too.
It's super fun, but their drinks are real strong, so be careful.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's like gonna be like my very first show since quarantine, since COVID. So it's gonna be exciting.
What a
So-
great way to
yeah.
break that quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
Some drinks and some drag.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, we are wishing you the happiest of days. We hope you have a good weekend. Cheers, Zaida.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Love
Happy
you guys.
birthday. Mwah. Miss Bethany Watson, I have to tell you.
Tell me everything. What's going on?
I haven't taken a shower today. Or yesterday.
Okay, sure. Uh-huh.
And if you can see, like, my hair is doing that thing where it's like it kind of just goes where I put it.
Yeah, it stays wherever you place it.
Look, I have a nice like cowlick going on right here behind my headphones. So my hot water heater is broken, and
Oh, no.
yesterday was my day that I was going to shower, and then I didn't, and then I couldn't this morning because there's no hot water. So, like an old timey person, I boiled some water and I splashed my face.
Like you were going to deliver a baby.
Mm-hmm. Precisely.
You know, so we talked about this in the pod once. So you know how, like, in the movies and books, the midwife or someone, if there's a baby being born at home, especially back in the day, they would always yell, "You go boil some water." And I never understood what that was for. And I once asked my mom, because she was a labor and delivery nurse.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And she said, I always assumed it was like to sanitize the whatever you're using to pull that baby out.
You have to boil the
She
baby
said-
after it's born.
You gotta dip it. She said mostly it was to get whoever was the most nervous out of the room and out of your hair.
Oh.
So, like, if the father was freaking out, you tell the father to go boil some water to, like, get him out of your hair. Like, it's probably useful to have it, but it's not like...
Yeah, I mean, if all else fails, at least you have, the base for a cup of tea.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, precisely. It's always good to have boiled water at hand.
Did you bring anything for show and tell today?
I did. Did you?
I did, yeah, but you go first.
Okay, so I meant to do a little research on this. I didn't have a chance to. But so I am trying to collect Agatha Christie novels
Ooh.
from Grosset and Dunlap specifically, and like from close to the era in which they were written. So like, because they smell amazing.
Yeah. Oh.
Take a hit off of that 1934, whatever year this is. So this book specifically, so this is Sad Cypress, and the copyright is 1940. And this is something I've never seen before. And the front page of this book, there's a little placard. And
Look at that.
placard says, "This book, while produced under wartime conditions, in full compliance with the government regulations for the conservation of paper and other essential materials, is complete and unabridged." So basically, I didn't realize, like, there was like a wartime
Look at that.
I don't know, ration on paper? I knew that there was on nylon.
Yeah.
But I guess there was on paper. And so this book is basically saying, you know, the book is still complete and unabridged, even though we followed all the paper rules because it's the war. I was like, that's so crazy. That's so good.
Amazing. Wow, you could like really have a nice collection and then sell it and make a lot of money.
Or keep it and take hits to the book.
Don't you wish that they could bottle like amazing old scents like that and get it right? Because you just can't get it right.
Because this is a 1940. I just took a hit in 1940, and it is so good. It's so good.
Well,
Kathleen, what did you bring for show and tell?
Something old to show you today as well.
And it is pineapple lamp.
It is one of my most valued possessions. It is my pineapple lamp. I don't know. I don't know what year it was made. It probably was made the year before I bought it, and it's like fake vintage or something.
What year did you buy it?
I bought it in 2000, maybe 13 or something.
So this is a vintage 2012.
This is a vintage 2012. See, the bottom is like really hollow. I feel like it used to go on top of something. Like maybe there was a bigger lamp that it was on top of. Oh, but it has that old cord, you know? So that, like, you can tell that it's old because it has this, let me see, what year? It doesn't say, but it says Leviton.
Sorry, I is... Everything's okay.
What? Oh, could you not hear me for a second?
I couldn't, but I think it's just my computer because everything is awful.
Okay.
Jessica says Bethany brought her 401k for show and tell. I think I got it for really cheap on eBay. I don't think it's worth that much.
Yeah. Oh, so, I got mine on eBay too.
That's a beautiful lamp.
Well, thank you.
You're very, very welcome. So,
you know what, Bethany,
home?
I'm going to bid you adieu and then invite you back because I think that your internet is a little... Okay. All right, gentle listener. Sorry. Stand by. I'll tell you about my pineapple lamp. Got it on eBay before pineapples were really popular, and I didn't pay that much money for it. It's really like the shipping on eBay that gets you, because you could buy something for $5, and they're like, $500 to ship it. Hello.
Hello.
Okay,
sorry,
there you go.
Sucks. I keep trying to get Fios, and I keep not having it on my block.
Kathleen's mic is louder than Bethany's, too. Okay.
Ugh. Everything sucks. Kate wants to know where you got your necklace. That is my favorite necklace you own, and I compliment you on it every time you wear it.
Oh,
Kathleen.
Thank you. I got it from this very exclusive store that not many cities have called Banana Republic. And I'm wearing our You Belong sweatshirt.
I love it.
I'm wearing our You Belong sweatshirt, but sweatshirt, but make it fashion.
Yeah, of course. Brianne said if you put the pineapple upside down, you can host an orgy. Is that a key party joke?
Yeah, it's like if you put the pineapple upside down outside your house, then people know.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
How is everyone? How is it? Now she's too quiet. Yeah, you got real quiet all of a sudden, Kathleen.
Okay. All right. Now I'm back.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I thought Brianne was talking about like you could put all everyone's keys in the pineapple. I forgot that putting pineapples upside down is like what people do to show that they're effing and s'ing their way through their own house and neighborhood.
Who wants to come up first to do show and tell? Write in the chat what you have to show and tell us today.
Morgan says, I spilled fake cheese on my You Belong sweatshirt right before this. Morgan, that makes it more of an authentic sweatshirt than anything because cheese, so...
Let's invite up Morgan. I want to hear what kind of fake cheese she was eating.
Yeah. It's amazing.
So Bethany, I took a note from your book.
Okay. You cried in the shower?
Yeah, I cried. Oh, God, I'm so sorry to laugh at your misery. No.
Oh, it's fine.
No, I had SpaghettiOs. Organic SpaghettiOs, okay? And then I just made it a paste with a shitload of Parmesan cheese.
Kathleen, was it decadent?
Oh my that. It was the best
Kathleen.
thing I've ever eaten.
Kathleen, it's so good. Gentle listener, if you have, Courtney said, Morgan, spill some coffee on it next. Yes. If you, gentle listener, have not turned your canned food into a paste by adding just tons and tons of shredded Parmesan cheese, you're not doing life right.
Morgan, what kind of fake cheese were you eating today?
Daya.
Yeah.
They have a cheese sauce, which kind of saved my life because I can have fake mac and cheese and
amazing.
happiness.
See, I thought you were referring to Cheese Whiz when you were saying.
I also thought she was referring to cheese.
No.
Are you a lactose intolerant? Are you a vegan? Are you a what's with the no real cheese?
I am allergic to a lot of things person.
It's like you're in my family.
So you're my cousin Ginger.
But finding new things is exciting because if you have good replacements for things, it doesn't suck quite as much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I feel like they're getting really good at cheese, especially if you want it melted. Mm-hmm. There's a couple of really good, we're not cheese, but we're fake cheese melty options for you.
This one is like fake Frito cheese sauce cheese.
Yum.
If you go to the melting pot ever, like for a fancy occasion, the vegan cheese is better than the actual cheese.
Really?
It's a cashew cheese, and it's really good. My sister-in-law is she can't have cheese, so.
Okay. Our taste bud who runs the vegan Costco account, like accidentally vegan at Costco, she posted this week this like tub of vegan cheese that's Chipotle flavored, and it looks hella good.
By the way, Jessica wins the night. Jessica said, I saw Regina George spill fake cheese on her shirt, so I spilled fake cheese on my shirt.
Well, Morgan, thank you for sharing your cheese endeavors with us. Okay. We have Kate here.
Yes, from the future. Hello again.
From the future. Hello in London. What time is it by you right now?
It is 12:43, so it is Thursday. It is.
And how's the Thursday for us all looking so far?
So it's going to start out well. You're going to start talking with your friends, and then all of a sudden you're going to realize that you have dishes to wash, and you're just going to shit!
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Right before I was going to log on, I was like, I have to do my dishes.
Why?
But I'm wearing the introvert club.
Yay! Thank you.
I also want to ask, can we get the Coven tank in a sweatshirt ever?
Ooh.
Because I'm obsessed with this. Is like my favorite sweatshirt ever.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good to know. That's good to know. This is good information.
Yes.
Autumn launch.
Yeah, that's good to know. I can we say what we're doing, Kathleen? Hopefully for the month of June.
Yes, we can say because we're going to release it pretty soon.
We are coming out with. Is it a tank?
It's a tank.
We are coming out with a tank for Pride, and it's the You Belong logo,
the You
right?
Belong logo.
I clearly am not the one who should be doing this.
Okay, it's the You Belong logo, and it's going to be a muscle tank that is like a diluted tie-dye, like a soft, really gorgeous tie-dye.
I love
with You Belong for Pride.
Yeah, it's got like pinks and blues and whites. And some yellows. So it's like a rainbow, but we like that it also had the trans flag colors in there. And yeah, it's like muted, but as Kathleen informed me and you all seconded, tie-dye is popular. So.
So Kate, what did you bring today for show and tell?
So I had to move because my thing that I brought is on the wall.
Okay.
Okay.
So I went to this really cool market nearby me in London, and I found this piece of art. It's done by a blind person. So this is Audrey Hepburn, obviously, and she made it like she can see few things, and this is how she sees Audrey Hepburn, and it's like kaleidoscope if you look up close. How do I get it? There you go.
That's a stunning piece of artwork.
Thank you, and you can see my necklaces too. But
Wait, how does she
had
do
like
it?
David Bowie too and everything, and I really want to get the David Bowie one, but so it's a print of it. She originally did it as a painting, I think, but
wow, that's amazing.
It's
so
so
she
cool.
can only see things up close, and so
yeah, and
blind.
Yeah, and I met her at the market. it was really cool. I met her. She was there doing like a little show, and she was talking all about how she can only see certain colors, that kind of thing. And it's really, it's so cool. I'm obsessed with it. But the other thing also, Kathleen, you might recognize this. This is a Vogue magazine.
Yes.
What?
Wait, Kate, were you the one who sent me the Vogue for my birthday? No way. Oh my God. Kate. Oh,
I have a similar one. I got two at the same time, and I was like, I'm sending one to Kathleen.
Oh my goodness.
So nice.
I have a whole box of things that I didn't have space to hang in my current house that I cannot wait to hang once I move. And that is one of them. Oh my God.
I thought they were so cool. They're like,
they are.
Yeah, I thought they were so cool. But also,
and by the way, Kate, people are asking, did you get the artist's name? The woman?
No, but I will find it because I know the market's like right across the street from me that I went to, so I can go in and get like a business card from her.
Will you post after we post this live show in Patreon? Will you put the link underneath to the artist?
Yeah. I think she said she had an Etsy, so it's totally worth. I'll get the name and everything.
Love it. Well, thank you so much, our
you're
friend.
welcome.
And how do you say good night in British? Good night.
Cheers. Cheers is like goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
No, goodbye. Good.
I bid you adieu.
Oh, that's right.
Bid you adieu.
Bid you adieu. Oh, Bethany, say hi to my boyfriend for me, please.
Everyone's having a good time. Hang up on Kate. Bye, Kate. Frankie, stirring the pot as ever, is like, is Kate still close with Dennis? Thanks, Frankie.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
See. Who
else?
As
we're looking for new people, can I tell you what I did last night? If someone were to look into my house, they would have seen last night me dancing to a YouTube video that my cat was watching.
No.
Can I play you a little quick clip?
Please, always.
You know the videos that are terrible lip reading or awful lip reading or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
They have one that is from Star Wars, and it's a song, and the song is called Seagulls Stop That, I believe is what it's called, and the song is like really catchy. So here.
Look at Minerva. She's like really into it. I hope we don't get dinged on YouTube like we did for last episode.
We got dinged on YouTube?
Yeah, because freaking Brian Setzer and Orchestra was playing it in the beginning of the episode, and Brian Setzer and Orchestra was like, ding, you don't have permission to play our song. And I want to be like, ding, nobody's heard of you that was born after the year 2003.
So what happened? Did it get taken down?
No, it didn't get taken down. They just say we can't monetize it, which is fine. We weren't going to monetize it anyway.
We weren't going to monetize it anyway.
Yeah,
shut up.
So whatever. Keep your money, Brian Setzer and Orchestra. You probably
Brian
need
Setzer
it.
and your orchestra. Wow.
I'm so grumpy.
So my favorite podcasts are when we are both in just awful moods. Ooh, Ariel said my show and tell is Buffy related.
Oh, yes. Ariel sent us an email. I'm inviting her up on stage.
Get up here. I have thoughts. We had to we cut out so much about my thoughts on Buffy because what do? Bring the whole podcast down.
No, you
So, but I did.
I really want to go back and watch Buffy. I do.
It's interesting to watch from the new perspective we have as ladies.
Ariel, what's going on?
So I'm so glad that you're talking about Buffy because I had sent you guys a message that I've watched the entire series probably 3 times in its entirety. It does get better. The fight scenes get better. The production value gets better.
Have you ever been to a Buffy convention?
No, but I went to a Buffy trivia night last year, 2 years ago, and I thought I was a fan. I was wrong. I did not win. I did not get one question right.
What were some sample questions? Do you remember any? Or like the type?
It was like at a bar in Manhattan, and they just asked the most specific things that like super, super, super fans would know about Buffy.
Like what color dress was Cordelia wearing when she kissed Xander in the basement?
And Cordelia doesn't even last for longer than the first couple seasons. So like,
God,
I'm really happy. I would encourage everyone to watch that show. I think it's so underrated. And being that I was turned on to it when I was literally 9 years old. Not appropriate.
Hang on, let me guess how old you are. Okay, you were 9 in 1990s. So you are 28.
A little more.
29.
29. 30.
Sorry, 9 in 1999.
Oh, in 1999. So you watched it after it premiered because it premiered in 1997, I believe, or 96.
Yeah, something like that. But
Okay, so
but I'll be 31 this year.
Okay.
So,
all right.
But yeah, basically, when I was a young child, remember how they had like the J14 magazines that you could read to the different celebrities?
Yeah.
So I was so excited because they had one for Sarah Michelle Gellar. So I'm like writing. I don't even remember what I wrote, but I just wrote to the fan club snail mail. And I have this from the late 90s, what I received back. Obviously, this is not clearly signed by her, but it's hysterical. It just says best of everything, XOXO, Sarah Michelle Gellar. And like this has traveled with me in every apartment. Like I will never get rid of this because it's amazing. And I was so excited as a 9-year-old to receive this.
And I love that her expression is very like self-satisfied but daring but sad. So it's like the best of everything, like knives and sadness, and that's the best it's gonna get.
Yes, and
crying.
Bethany, are you having your partner watch with you?
No, I am watching it alone because he already watched it. And I don't know if he's terribly interested in watching. But here's the other thing. I need to watch it in total silence with no one talking. And, like, you know, he's a talker. So I don't want to get in the middle of, like, our relationship becoming a fight because I'm like, shut up during Buffy.
Here is what I've recently learned. The best TV experience, and this only works if you have a smart TV, but I think most televisions purchased within the last 5 years have this feature. Bluetooth. So if you have wireless earbuds that pick up Bluetooth, set them to your TV, and then the sound goes right into your ears. And the picture is right there. It's like you're at the movie theater.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I asked because there's a lot to unbox and unravel as you go along. So having someone to talk to about the episodes is a really good thing to do. But anyone that's on the show right now, I think it's on Hulu. It used to be on Netflix.
Yeah. It's on Amazon Prime, I think, too.
Oh, that's
awesome.
Yeah. Excellent show.
Yeah. It's interesting. So can I say my hot take on Buffy, what I'm noticing? This is what I'll keep it light, but this is what we cut out of the podcast when we talked about it. So every episode of Buffy, there is at least one guy who makes some random gross comment about one of the women on the show. And hi, Minerva, thank you for joining us. And so you can tell that like it's like an late 90s show because like and it's just passed off as, oh, those are guys.
Oh no, did we lose her? Oh my goodness. Ariel, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Dude being douchey.
Oh my goodness. Miss Bethany. Hang on, I'm gonna invite her back up. Wait, so do you have like the DVDs or do you just watch them
I used to have the DVDs. I don't even know where they are, but what Bethany was saying, 100% true.
Yeah.
And like I said before, this first couple of seasons are like that. They're very 90s, very like superficial, but they're like 6-7 seasons. I don't even remember. And it does get a little bit more intense, more like thematic. And I will say that that snappy like 90s commentary does die down as you go further along. So okay. I'm excited to hear what you think about it because I think it's just really, really amazing.
Yeah, I love it. And my God, Angel, oof, he's a looker. But boy, is he! I love a tortured guy, man. I just love a tortured guy. So, that's my favorite trope.
I think it's wild what they got away with in the 90s in terms of like the sexist humor that they wrote into these television shows. But also, I think it's good that our generation is able to recognize these moments as like ew moments, because it shows that we've progressed. Like, times are changing.
Yeah. Like the episode I just watched, you know, the guy who works at the bar who like is a go-between for the vampires, and he like takes money for Infomo or whatever. Like it was Buffy and Kendra, the other Slayer with the really bad fake accent.
Yes.
As they're leaving, he's just like, "Would you ladies ever model? My friend is a photographer. He does high-class nudes." And that's like just the comment he makes, and then the women walk away. And I'm like, boys will be boys.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Just wait, that it's so crazy how it transitions in the later seasons. I won't say anything more because I want you to experience it in real time.
Is it season 1 where she has to leave the prom to go save the world?
I think so. Yeah, it's something very like the season 1 and 2 are very basic, and
she's like killing that monster in her prom dress.
Yeah, like I said, special effects, they do get better.
Yeah.
The
fight scenes
still a little the fight scenes. The makeup gets a little bit better into the early 2000s. So
they
have a musical episode that's amazing. They have an episode that has almost zero dialogue and mostly is music, which I think is which is really good. And then there's also an episode that is very intense and centered around death and like the theme of death. And so I think once you get there, you're going to be like, wow, I was not expecting this.
Okay. I'm excited.
Sarah Michelle Gellar is tapped to be in a new Amazon TV show called Hot Pink, based off of a YA book of the name What Girls Are Made Of. I'm looking forward to it. I kind of miss her. She's always just like,
I miss her too.
She's cooking with Freddie Prinze Jr. and they're like doing kids shit, and I'm like, I want to see you on TV now.
Yeah. By the way, Rose in the chat said that David Boreanaz was her first crush on a grown-ass man.
Ariel, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Dude. Sorry, my computer sucks. My internet sucks. There's nothing I can do.
I mean, it's kind of crazy weather tonight in New York City and the surrounding area. It's very windy, and so maybe that's part of the reason.
Maybe. Did you get hail? Who got? Raise your hand if you got hail today.
I heard that New York City got hail.
Yeah, I got hail. I'm trying to look in the chat. I would cook with him too, says Frankie.
He got very salt and pepper hot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, David Boreanaz?
No. Freddie Prinze Jr. Very salt and pepper hot, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like Carson Daly, like salt and pepper, dad bod hot.
You know what? I've never thought of Carson Daly in that way, but I can see what you're saying. There's a resemblance.
Yeah, he's kind of wholesome looking, Carson Daly. And
he's got very wholesome.
He's got so many kids, and he's just popping.
Wait, does he? How many kids does he have?
He's got like 5 kids.
No.
Yeah, hang on. Carson.
Hale in Albany.
Daly kids.
Snow in West Virginia. Let's see. I really like Vince Vaughn, says Mary. David Boreanaz. Yes, I agree that David Boreanaz is greater than Freddie Prinze Jr. If we're going with someone that, I would want to make out with on the regular.
No way. Freddie Prinze Jr. is better than David Boreanaz.
No, why?
Yeah, because he's just so much more like boy next door cute.
David Boreanaz is definitely, but I like a brooder. I like a Heathcliff. I like a Baron or whatever in Bridgerton. I like a guy who's wounded and needs to. There's even a David Boreanaz angel line at one point who's like, I. What does he say? He's like, I lurk.
No, I like Freddie Prinze Jr. and She's All That, where she's artsy and he's like the jock, and she brings him to her like performing arts like performance thing, and he's like, I can do it, and he takes out his hacky sack. And he's like, and he's doing his hacky sack, and he's like, the world is counting on you, Zach. Why aren't you doing better, Zach? My hands are his feet. He's like,
sure.
What are you going to go to college, Zach? What? Your
Is
dad
he- is
hates
he
you,
Zach?
Yeah.
Is
he's
he Zach?
Yeah. And then,
Wow.
And then he's like, "Bah, the world is hating you. You're not doing well enough." And then all of a sudden, it drops, and then he lets the hacky sack drop, and then the lights go out, and that was his performance. And then,
And he's saying all of that out loud?
yes, it
That
is.
feels like a really personal internal monologue.
It is a personal internal monologue, and that is why my vote is for Freddie Prinze Jr.
Is it a little bit like when Eminem played himself in 8 Mile
in
and
8
like
Mile.
rapped all of his biggest insecurities so that no one could
Yes.
attack him?
Angela is going, hacky sack, because that's what he keeps doing. He's like, hacky sack.
Wow. I need to watch She's All That.
Yeah, the stage.
And
scene.
Seamus said that the real Silver Fox is Ted Danson, which I agree with. Abso-friggin-lutely.
Okay. All right. Who wants to go next? Okay, Frankie. I know Frankie's got some tarot cards, so let's see what's up with Frankie.
And hopefully a fan.
Oh, Ashley says you're wrong, Kathleen. I'm sorry. Well, thank you
Yeah.
for your
No,
apology,
everyone in the chat
Ashley.
agrees with me. Everyone thinks you're wrong. I can show you my corn pillow.
Bethany, can you see Frankie?
Yes. Hi, Frankie.
Did we twin or what?
Twinning. What does your fan say this week?
It's just a pretty little sparkly. Ooh.
Ooh, I like this. Ooh, I like this a lot.
I have a lot of these. These are very like statement-y.
Mm-hmm. Pop of color.
Just a little dramatic statement.
I like it.
And now you
Seamus
have
says
something
that
to look
Seamus
at.
is your.
Oh yeah.
Seamus says that they're your favorite fan. Their biggest fan.
Ah. So you have some tarot cards today, Mr. Frankie?
I have so many tarot cards. I have a pendulum. I have Instagram is being mean to me because it keeps showing me more tarot cards, and I'm like, okay, you need to like hold off.
Bethany,
I have my-
Bethany, what does Instagram keep showing you that makes it mean?
Oh God. What am I getting? Let me open it up. That's a really good question. I'm
keep
getting a lot of cat toys.
I keep getting fancy shoe racks. I don't have enough shoes to put on these racks that I keep buying.
Oh, I also get a lot of black clothing that drapes angularly off the body, which, you know, like one shoulder and then it's a square because square is my favorite size.
It's like a pow.
Frankie, your hair is looking so good today.
Thank you. What do you mean? I just did it didn't really do anything other than this. I don't know.
It's like a little flippy thing. I like it. Like a little Jimmy Neutron thing going on there.
It's thick and luxurious.
Jimmy Neutron Frankie. That's how people know me, I guess.
Yeah.
Can you do a reading on Bethany?
Oh.
Ooh. What Leo do you use? Do you do the cross?
It depends. I usually do a 1 card or a 3 card layout. I don't really have anything to put my phone on, otherwise all 18 of my chins come out.
Oh, honey.
Ooh.
It's okay. You don't have to. That's if it's a lot of work.
I'm trying to maneuver. Unfortunately, I'm on my phone because my computer died, and so I'm sitting on my bed.
Well, if this is too high pressure for you, we totally understand.
Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, I can't really shuffle.
It's okay. Can we see a couple of the cards? I bet
Yes,
they're beautiful.
absolutely.
What's the theme? What's the
So
deck's theme?
I've got a bunch of them. These are my energy cards. These are the ones that I do the most. So like,
Ooh, those are pretty.
yeah, these are
Oh, broken heart.
Wow. Those are beautiful.
I break my own heart every day.
Oh, wow. Who's that? Man holding
a coin. Where is
Hey.
he in my life? Let me tell you.
Whoa.
Where's your coin, sir? Hostilities.
Wow.
Is that a
Looking-
camo loincloth?
Yes. Yeah, he's looking for Xena.
Yeah, he is. No one wants to get rid of their hostilities if they look like that.
Really?
loincloth.
Hello, Mama Sita. And then I have a RuPaul deck.
Shut up.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Where
I
does
love a
one-
high-waisted
I
shirt.
have.
Where does one learn to read tarot?
I have to do them with the books.
Yeah.
So I just kind of picked them up because I've been going this, like, I've been to a few psychics, and I've always been a kid that was like obsessed with like magical stuff. Like, I loved the original Charmed, I loved Buffy, I loved anything that had to do with like witchy stuff and magic. And I've always been very intuitive and always guessing things before they happen, guessing what people would say before they say it.
Yep.
A lot of psychics have told me that, like, I have, a gift or things like that. They've actually said that I could be a medium if I practiced, which I was like, I don't really want to, because if I don't know people, I don't want them to talk to me if they're alive, much less dead. That's too much.
Yeah, fair.
See, I would want the dead to talk to me. Like, I would welcome it.
It's like, okay, like, dead lady, go.
No.
Crossover.
Sometimes I'm like, Grandma, is that you? Will you help me find a parking spot?
Yeah, but would you want them doing that when you're like, just trying to watch some TV and there's like a woman soaking wet with her face on upside down going like, ah, and she won't let you watch TV?
If it's Grandma, come on over.
It's not Grandma. You can't choose. Sylvia says, no, fuck the dead.
No, oh my God. Oh my God, don't say that too loudly. They might hear you.
That's true.
Oh no.
Oh, did we lose Frankie?
Oh, there he is. Welcome
Hello,
back.
Frankie.
Oh
no.
Never mind.
It's
okay.
It's like Cloverfield. I hope he's okay.
Wait, Michelle says my grampy, who just passed, helped me find my engagement ring after it was lost for 2.5 years. I need to hear about this.
That's amazing.
Have you ever lost something that it just popped up out of nowhere when you weren't looking for it?
I've never had it like, I've heard of people who've had the thing like placed in the middle of a table, you know, when they lost it and then there's no way. I've had things that like
I'm
popped
sorry,
up, but I've never
I'm so
had
sorry.
it
Oh, it's
found
okay.
and placed.
It's okay, Frankie. Thanks for talking to us. We'll catch you later.
All right, I'm sorry.
Bye.
My headphones
No,
crashed.
it's not you, it's us.
So, has that ever happened to you where it's just in the middle of the table? No.
No. Has it happened to you?
It didn't, but it happened to my brother. On the day that he was graduating from grad school, he opened up the top drawer of his dresser, and there was a graduation card from my grandmother from 8th grade graduation. My brother had moved 5 or 6 times in between when he moved out of my parents' house and when he went to graduate school, and he had never seen this card before, and then all of a sudden it pops up on his grad school graduation.
Wow.
Isn't that
Oh, wow.
crazy?
That's
Hi,
nuts.
Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hey.
So, what happened with the ring?
Okay, so, what was it? It was 2 days ago, I think. Nope, it wasn't. It was longer than that. Anyway, a few days ago, should I start back to how I lost the ring, maybe?
Yes.
Is that a better? My ADHD is like, start the story from the end, like a Jodi Picoult novel, and then go back. And I'm like, wait. Okay. So my husband and I got engaged, let's see, in 2014, and then we got married in 2017. And then I think it was either 2018 or 2019, I lost my engagement ring. And I wasn't wearing it all the time because I used those silicone ones. I was a restaurant server, so like
Sure.
my hands are always in water. And I just lost it at some point, but I didn't think I lost it. Like when Josh asked me about it, I was like, oh, I know it's around here somewhere. I'm like, and he was pretty set on thinking someone stole it. I'm like, nope. It's somewhere around here. I know it. So fast forward 2.5 years later, almost 3 years later, still hadn't found it. And I have turned my apartment upside down. Like I have 4 cats. I'm like, for sure, one of those little guys had something to do with it.
Yep.
So the other day, or actually right before that, so it's been almost a month now, my grampy passed away. And I was really close to him, but my her engagement and wedding band, like they're soldered together, and she lost the stone. So she wanted to get it fixed before the funeral. So me and my cousin like pitched in and we got it fixed for her. And she was very excited about it because I got there the day before. And so fast forward to the other day, a customer came in and they were asking me like why I don't wear a regular ring. I am married. The band doesn't like fit right now and stuff. So just ignore that part. But so I always wore the silicone one. He asked me why I didn't wear everything else. And I explained, I was like, oh, it was lost. So I believe Grampy heard me say that day, because later on I went home and I was just randomly cleaning my car, not looking for the ring. And I went into this compartment and I'm looking in and I see something like shining and I'm like, what? So I pull it out and I'm like, no, this must be like the fake one that I got for photos. But that one was missing a gem. I'm like, oh my God, this is my engagement ring that's been missing for almost 3 years. So I think that Grampy like was like, hey, you did this for my wife. Like, here's your wedding ring. Yeah.
It's crazy. Like that timing is.
I leave my car unlocked so much.
Wait, why are you leaving your car unlocked? I know you live in Maine, but it's not crime-free.
It's not, but like I've left my car running at Walmart for a couple hours before. Like, I don't know.
On purpose?
Now that I say it, I mean, kind of. I don't know.
Get out of here.
Come on.
Sometimes I just leave my car places and I forget where it was. It happened to me the other day. I live across the street from my work, and the other morning I'm like stepping out my door and I'm like, where's my car? And I'm like, I don't know,
someone probably took it because you left it running for 2 hours.
It's across the border. It's stolen.
Oh my god.
And then I realized I left it at work the day before. I don't know. I'm a mess.
Well, I've lost my car too, but that's because I live in a city and I can't remember where I parked.
That is fair.
That's okay. So, all right. Come on. Okay. Next time, make sure it's turned off.
Yeah.
And then make sure you have the keys and then lock it. Just lock it.
Lock it. Yeah, I'm not good with cars. I hit my husband's car not once but twice the other week.
No, you didn't. Was he so mad?
No, he was really, really nice about it.
Once a bunch of teenagers really shook Neil to his core when he was trying to parallel park and he rammed into a pole and then sped away. He was so embarrassed.
Dude, there is nothing more scary than parallel parking when people are watching, especially if they're teens.
The pressure is on.
I know. And you can always do it perfectly when nobody's around, but as soon as someone's there, you can't do it.
When there's not an audience, it's devastating. When I lived in Minneapolis, we had just had a massive snowstorm and they had plowed the roads and then it got cold. So it was super icy and really flat. And I was driving, I was like on my block and I had to parallel park because there wasn't any parking in my building. And there was like one perfect spot open right in front of my door. It was like princess parking. And I started slipping and sliding. And then my car literally slid in sideways straight into the parking spot. And I was like, and I looked around.
Someone saw it.
No one saw it. There was no one there. And I was like, I just Tokyo drifted into a parking spot perfectly. No one saw it. I was so upset.
You Tokyo drifted. Well, Michelle, I'm so happy that you got your ring back. Oh,
hey, me too. I didn't think that. I don't know. I didn't think that was going to happen.
It was definitely Grampy.
We're all shocked it came back, I think, now that we know a little bit more about the way that you treat your things that you love. I'm just kidding.
No, it's definitely you're not really wrong.
Sweet. We'll catch you later, girlfriend.
No.
Thank you.
Mwah. We love you.
Oh my God, no.
Oh my gosh, I'm glad she found it. That's, it's crazy what you find in your car. Our cars are the depository of all of our important things. So yeah. I'm glad her grandpa pitched in and found it for her.
Oh man. Well, I lost my engagement ring once. It was in the tiny pocket of your jeans, like the mini pocket.
Yeah. And why did you put it there? Do you remember?
I probably because I was cleaning something and I was so upset and I was going to a party that night and I didn't have my ring to wear. I mean, now I don't wear anything because after quarantine, washing your hands so much.
Yeah. Yep.
It bothers me. But I went to a party that night and I was so upset because my fingers felt naked that I dragged drank so much sangria. It was an engagement party at my friend's parents' house, and I was so upset. All the sangria I threw up in their bushes.
Oh no.
And
Kathleen.
and I was a bridesmaid, so I was like the classy bridesmaid throwing up in the bushes.
If you haven't puked in a bush at least once, you're not doing it right. Brienne said that they predicted, I predicted a robbery and technically got questioned by the FBI. Lol, says Brienne,
Okay,
speaking of psychic.
Inviting Brienne up right now.
Brienne had some thought crime.
So, Brienne.
Hello.
I learned this term today. It's
What?
called crimes of opportunity. And I was talking to Taste Bud Jen today. I think she's going to be on an episode of What's Your Job soon. And there's this thing called crimes of opportunity. And it's exactly what Michelle does all the time. It's leaving the keys in your car. Crimes of opportunities are crimes that criminals commit where the chances of getting caught are very slim. So, like, you know, I would like to write a guidebook. A guide to crimes of opportunity.
Well, I wish mine was that interesting, but mine was just so okay. So a few years ago, I was a babysitter, and I had babysat for this family a bunch of times. I had their keys, I had everything, and it was the first time of the summer I was at their house. They just got their cellar redone, so now it was like a full basement, but it used to be a cellar. Usually with the cellars, if you have like a cellar, sometimes it locks so that like it locks from the like. Do you know what I mean? So like.
Is that the difference between a cellar and a basement? A basement is redone and the cellar is empty?
That's how I always had it. I don't know if that's like a thing. But okay, so you know like how sometimes doors lock so that like if someone is in the cellar, they can't come back up. So it like locks and like whatever. Yeah. So one of the things I did, so one day I headed over, it was one of the first days of summer. I'm walking over with my iPad, my iPod at the time, and my phone, which had two different chargers because I had an iPhone 5 and an iPod with like the long one. So I had both my chargers. So I'm walking over like I was like in my first year of college. I'm walking over and I have both my chargers. So I bring them, it was whatever. And it's time for us to go, right? So I was babysitting Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. We had to go to the library. So I'm walking around the house, locking everything up. And I go to the little girl. I go, oh, by the way, like, do you usually lock this door? And I'm referring to the cellar door. And she's like, oh, no, why would we lock this door? I'm like, I don't know, just, for safety precautions. I didn't want to scare and be like, oh, someone comes up through the basement. Whatever.
Someone comes in and they stare at you while you sleep.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, whatever. So then I leave. We come home and then I noticed, like, I'm like going through their drawers. I was looking for, not purposely, looking for utensils or something. So I'm going through their drawers, whatever, and I see all the chargers. I was like, oh, would you mind if I don't bring my chargers anymore because you guys have them? Like, do you guys mind if I borrow them? Because some of them were like in middle school. There were 3 kids. Yeah. Whatever. So I go home, and this is a Tuesday night. I come back on Thursday, and the father is in the FBI. Okay, so here's where the FBI comes in. Amazing. So the father's in the FBI. He goes, hey, Brianne. I'm like, hey. He's like, did you hear what happened on Tuesday? And I was like, no. I was like, don't know. She goes, yeah. Someone broke in through the basement. And someone broke in through the basement, and it gets trippier. Someone broke into the basement, stole some of the electronics down there, came up again through the basement, and then decides to, what they think happened is I think they stole some of like the wife's things, and then they saw the husband's FBI card or something that said he was a police officer or whatever, in police force, whatever. But he worked for the FBI and left through the front door. Guess what? The 7-year-old told dad.
Oh,
no. And they also stole, they also stole the phone chargers.
Which you had specifically asked about.
You look so guilty.
Oh no!
It was so bad. Now the only reason, he wasn't, when I say questioned, he was just kind of like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to curse.
You're allowed to curse.
So yeah, and then I think he like kind of realized pretty quickly. He's like, you have our key. Like, why would you come up through the basement unless you want to look super sus? They ended up finding like the people who it was, but that story will literally live down in in history because and the thing is, so like growing up, I was always the worrywart. So I always thought of like the things that could happen. So like in like middle school, like I had a couple other stories where I'm like, you're going to hurt yourself. And guess what? She hurt herself and she broke her wrist. Like, and was like, oh, you're psycho. I'm like, no, I'm just a worrywart. So
everyone in the chat, by the way, is like, sus.
I mean, it's very sus. I'm not gonna lie. It was very sus. So I don't know if the buds even know the story, but we were talking about psychic, and I was like, oh my god, I have to tell a story. Anyway, that's the story.
Wow.
Your intuition told you something. This is why we all need to learn to trust our guts more.
Also, screw those kids, by the way, for like telling on you to their dad. Clearly, we're like, oh well, Brienne was asking about the cellar, and then also Brienne was asking about our phone charge. Hey, shut up, kid! I make sure you don't die at night when I watch you. So like, calm down. Kids are the worst.
Well, now I'm afraid. Now I'm afraid of basements, and now I have to go check the basement of every family member I have.
I don't know how people can live in houses. It's so scary. So, Google says that one telltale difference between a basement and a cellar is a true basement is below grade and can be half a level above a street. A cellar, on the other hand, is below ground. A basement may have windows, but a cellar do not have windows.
Oh, so the guy came in through the window. So I guess it was a basement, but it was a finished basement because it used to just be like empty and like just empty and not finished.
People who have finished basements are rich. They are. I've never had a finished basement in my life.
Dude, Jill from Spokane has a creepy basement with an open crawl space. Jill, nothing good happens in a crawl space. Fill the crawl space.
No.
Fill
Brienne,
the crawl space.
This was an amazing story. I think you need to put it on Reddit.
I know. Yeah. Maybe I will.
Well, if there's anyone else in the chat group who has had like a weird coinky dink like this, let us know because we want to talk to you.
Or if you have a crawl space and you're willing to go into it with us right now, I'm real curious. Frankie says fill the crawl space with treasures.
Thanks, Brienne. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Brienne. Bye. You're the best. Bye. Woof, dude. Can we talk about how Jill says they're not going into the crawl space? Can we talk about how does a person own a house and to live in that house and be able to sleep at night? Because there's basement,
especially if you live
closets.
In your house alone. I know. I think about this all the time.
I don't, because like, especially if you have an awesome house that has like secret passages and stuff.
Yeah.
Are you doing a walkthrough the whole time? Are you doing a walkthrough every night before you go to bed to make sure no one's living in your passages?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, good.
It has crossed my mind before being in friends' old houses where it's just like me and my friend and we're hanging out in the living room and then we hear a noise upstairs and I'm like, who's to say that that's not a person who came in when we went out to get pizza?
There's no way of knowing. There's no way of knowing. There have been times in my apartment, like I have a window here that leads out to my fire escape and I lock it every night before I go to bed.
Yeah.
But there are times that like the window is open. I go to the bathroom. I'm not able to see. Someone could crawl into the window.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a dude living on my roof right now. Dude could come in through the window, hang out in my office closet and hide there in the night.
Yeah.
There's no. So it's like, and that's just an apartment. What if you have a whole house and you have a basement and it's an unfinished basement and you also have a crawl space?
Remember Taste Bud Tiffany, who was blind? And there was maybe something living in her basement, like her dog kept barking, and then her phone was going out
all the time.
I know
her dog wasn't barking. Her dog was playing with something or someone.
That's right.
And we were like, "Girl, did we ever hear back from her?"
I don't remember. We should reach out to her again this Halloween season.
We were like, "Girl, have a friend come down into your basement with you." And see if there's someone there. Like, that scared me so much. People in the chat remember, that was really frightening. The idea, there's something to me about the idea of someone being right there and you don't know it. Like, if you guys have heard, if there's any, like, Rose says Tiffany is alive, don't worry. If any of you have heard of PT, which is the Silent Hill player trailer that was never released, but it was going to be this amazing Silent Hill game, and it was I think Guillermo del Toro. It was the guy from The Walking Dead who was like the lead, and then this amazing like famous game designer. But anyway, the whole premise of the game is you're walking through this house, and all you can do is walk through the house. It keeps repeating and keeps repeating. But at some point, there's this woman who shows up, and she's too tall. She's missing an eye. And she's sort of like this, like shaking like this.
Nope.
And she just shows up. And sometimes when you play, there's these bizarre shadows that get cast on the walls.
Oh my God.
And so someone, I don't know how this works, someone brilliant was able to like go into the game and change something so that he could see what was happening to the character as the character walked away. So normally you play as the character, so you're seeing what the character sees.
Yeah.
He was able to like untether himself, so he was able to see the character walk away. And the reason that all of these shadows appear behind you is because that scary woman is literally tethered behind you the whole game. So he watched his character walk away, and a few steps later, the woman is behind him, like jerked behind him, tethered to him, and then he turns the corner and she turns the corner, so she's always behind you. There's something so frightening about the idea that if you turn around, someone's there.
Yeah.
No, it's
No.
awful.
No, that's like the movie It Follows, where it's like the STD monster.
Yep.
I think that is one of the best movies, not even just horror movie. That is one of the best movies that I've seen of all time. Also, Hush on Netflix.
Hush is good.
Where the girl is deaf and she can't hear.
Yep.
The guy, oh my God.
Yep. If you've ever heard of, this was before Spider-Man. This was like in the 20s. There was a man called the Spider-Man, and they call him that because he was very, very tall and skinny, and he lived in an attic, a teeny tiny attic, and of a house that he did not own.
Yeah.
And sometimes he would come down and walk directly behind the man who lived in the house as the man walked around, just right behind him to see how close he could get without getting noticed. So if anyone looked through the window, you would see a man walking behind this old man, like shuffling around. It's the scariest thing to me.
Nope.
It's awful. It's the kind of thing that makes me want to throw up.
Have you seen this thing on Instagram? And I've been getting barraged with security trinkets for ladies.
Like that bracelet? Have you been getting that bracelet?
The one that makes the noise? All the noise?
No, there's one that like sends your location to all your lady friends.
Oh, well, I have that app on my phone.
Oh, okay.
There's this thing that I keep seeing that you put in the door. But like it's like a little hole. It's like an L-shaped bracket, and it's got a hole in one end, and you put the hole over where your lock, in your door frame where the hole is, where your lock is in, you kind of secure it in there, so the lock on your door will go through that and then into its regular hole, and it's an L-shaped bracket, so nobody can break into your door.
Oh, God. I love that stuff.
I wonder if that works. But I prefer like a can full of change, like a coffee can full of change in front of windows and doors, because it makes so much dang noise that if anyone tries to come in, you're like, I'm awake.
I know there's all of these little things you can do that are moot if you have pets. You know, like when I was in college at one point, I hot glued broken glass to the inside of my windowsill.
No, you didn't.
It's not good if you have cats, because my God. Wait, let's see. Who is this? Kate said, Kathleen, can we talk about your window you tweeted about? All this chat is getting me nervous for you. What's going on with your window?
So every afternoon at about 4:30, I'm sitting in my back room. It's always the same window. The window goes every day at 4:30. Like, I'm not sitting here every day at 4:30, but I'm here most days at 4:30 because it's working hours. This is where my office is. and it sounds like the house is settling, like.
Sure.
But this building is over 100 years old.
Yeah, it's settled.
And this has happened every day for 8 years that I'm sitting next to this window at 4:30. It sounds like something in the back of the building has shifted every day.
Kate said the 4:30 murderer. The
It's
4:30er.
I'm more concerned about the back of the building falling off than I am of a murderer. I mean, maybe it's a ghost trying to get in every day at 4:30 for happy hour, which, isn't that uncommon at my house.
It's so frightening. Dennis and I were talking the other night about the cabin we stayed in over Christmas.
Yeah.
That cabin was so scary.
Yeah.
Like during the day it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
At night we were both so scared, and neither of us told the other one how scared we were because we didn't want the other one to panic. But Dennis heard things.
Yeah.
I heard things.
Yeah.
There was an attic right in the bedroom next door that anyone could have been living in.
Yep.
Like we were in the middle of nowhere. I don't know how people live in homes.
I think it's like this. If you live in a city, what's comforting to you is like hearing other people in your hallway, hearing people on the street. Like you get used to the same voices, the same footsteps.
Yeah.
But when you live in the country, what's comforting to you is silence. And if a country person goes to the city, they're totally freaked out by all the noise. And when a city person goes to the country, they're like the silence hurts my ears when I stay in the country at nighttime. It hurts my ears.
Right? Because you're like, where is all the noise? So your brain starts to like create noise to make it.
Yeah. And like sometimes it's so silent that I can't sleep. So I have to put my earbuds and then listen to music or something.
But that scares me because earbuds, now you're not hearing what's happening around you.
I know. I think about this too. I know. And sometimes if I sleep at my mom's house and I put my earbuds in, I'm like, what if something happens to her in the middle of the night and I can't hear her being attacked because Apple made really good noise canceling.
Yeah, totally.
Like, do I sue Steve Jobs or whomever it is?
And what do you do when you have a sliding glass door? Because that's just two giant panes of glass that you can break into, right?
And they're fairly silent.
Yeah. Like, growing up, we had one and we always put a stick in the base of it so you couldn't open it.
Yeah.
But what do you do? Like, you can just break, that's just a giant pane of glass you can break. Two giant panes of glass you can break.
I always think to myself that if I was going to build my own house, it would be like a transformer house where there would be windows and then there would be like a layer of steel that I would press a button and all the steel would come down around the doors and the windows. Exactly.
Kate is a superstar tonight. Kate said, we had a sliding glass door in the basement near a cornfield.
Fuck that.
Kate, fuck that. Burn the house down. Burn the house down.
Burn it down. Aubrey says if you have a sliding glass door, you replace them.
Yeah. Hi, honey. Do you want
do.
to play so bad? I'm sorry.
Let's
Mama
see.
has to work.
Jill from Spokane said, I used to work.
Spokane.
I used to do rural home health. Oh, that's right. She's a home health aide. And I don't get how people live in the middle of nowhere. Some people like it.
Sorry.
I would like to live in the middle of nowhere on the weekends and the weekends only.
I would like to live in the middle of the city, especially during the purge. You know? Then, everyone's around you and there are more people that the purgers can go after.
I'm going to see if Joe will come up on stage with us.
I live in the basement.
Joe.
I sleep with the windows open every night, and I live in the country in Wisconsin. Vanessa, how? Do you not worry that someone is going to slip in?
No. Wow. Jillian says, it's so scary to visit my parents now without the city lights. Yes.
Yeah, because anything could be out there.
I don't like driving down streets in the suburbs where it's dark. I feel like my eyes don't see properly.
Yeah. And then there's that thing too where you're driving through the woods or driving wherever, and then in my head I always just picture what I would do if someone stepped out into the road and was just like again, like.
Many moons ago on the pod, when we first started talking about scary stories in October, I shared about how in high school I stopped dead in the middle of the street, probably a little after midnight, because I saw pilgrim children playing with a red ball.
Christ, Kathleen.
Pilgrim children.
Did you hit them with your car?
No, I stopped dead. Screeching halt. Children. And then I saw them a couple weeks later, too, on the same street.
Where did they go? Did they run away?
They ran away.
I'm sorry, pilgrim children. You should. And was this at night?
Yeah, it was at night. It was right after
Pilgrim
midnight.
children, you have got to sleep. You've got to sleep. Jess, I'm right there with you. Just asks. They sound like black-eyed kids. Did they have black eyes?
Yeah, they did have black eyes. They were black-eyed kids. They had the little pilgrim stuff and then this freaking red ball. Mary says she has a really good sleep paralysis story, so I'm inviting her up. Let's see. I hope that fucked me up. Hey, Mary, what's going on?
Hi there. Not much.
Yay. Hi. Tell us your sleep paralysis story, you poor thing.
Oh my gosh. When I was a kid, I had it chronically. Like, I had sleep paralysis like every other night. Especially when I was like between the ages of like 7 and 9.
Oh my God.
And one particular experience stands out to me. So like I fall asleep on my side. I've always been a side sleeper.
Same.
And and I could see like my hand. Like, so I woke up and I could see my hand and it wasn't moving. Like I couldn't move it. So I was like, oh, the thing is happening. Cool, great.
Oh,
like
God.
I can see, but I can't move. And you panic.
Yeah.
Of course,
It's
of
like,
course.
Have you guys ever had it?
Never. I've read so much about it, but never.
Terrifying. So I remember feeling uncomfortable. Like I wanted to switch to the other side. And I couldn't move my body. But then suddenly I could feel like my hair falling like behind my back. And I could see the ceiling coming closer. Like I was being
No.
Yeah. And then suddenly, like, I'm being turned and I'm facing the wall on the side, and I can feel the bed beneath me, like, being set back down.
So you were floating.
Yeah. Like, I was moved. Like, almost
awful.
like, I don't know what happened, but I feel like...
And you were 9?
I was between the ages of, like, 7 and 9.
Do you still get it?
Here and there. But now I'm so tired, I can just like will myself back to sleep. But it used to, and it would be like, I feel like in a moment of like a few minutes, but it would feel like hours. And sometimes you hallucinate. And it's like,
that's what I've heard.
Like,
so have you ever had like the woman on your chest or anything? Have you ever seen that kind of stuff?
No, but I did have like, where I would be like, so I was always like, the side I would sleep on would be like facing a dresser, and I would have dolls on the dresser, like porcelain dolls that my mom collected. Like, I don't even care about them, but they had to be like decorative, whatever.
Were they precious moments?
No, no, I don't know what they were, but they were, they would dance. They would like do things like on my dresser. And then there was another time I got it when I moved in with my first boyfriend. And I would nap during the day. Like I would work daycare in the morning, and I would come home around noon, and I would fall asleep on the couch. And he said like he would come in and there would be like sun shining on my face. And he was like, how is she asleep right now? But so it must be like a transition thing, because I had also just moved into a new house between like those ages when I was younger. So I would I remember, because you it's terrifying because you can't move. It's like a moment of panic. So you either try to like go back to sleep, or if you're having a nightmare, you don't want to go back to sleep. You want to like, so I used to start like fluttering my eyes. But I hallucinated that he had come in, my boyfriend at the time had come in and like sat on the couch and was like watching me, and I'm frantically trying to like flail my body to show him that I'm panicking and to wake me up, and I can't move.
That's awful.
But the one time I know that happened, I wasn't hallucinating. I know that like I was being lifted because I could feel my hair like fall behind me. Like I could feel it. And I saw the feeling coming closer. Like, you don't hallucinate.
It's a feeling that you'll never forget.
Oh, no, never. Oh, gosh.
That's awful. It's like sleep paralysis is one of those things where there is a medical explanation for it, and yet it's so unbelievably terrifying. And like, how did you get lifted out of bed? That's the thing.
Right.
It's
well,
one thing to like
it's also like if it was like a spirit or something, if somebody was like moving me because I couldn't move and they felt like my panicked energy or something.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, when you're in that state and you're, you can't defend yourself. You don't know what either someone's trying to help you or someone's like, oh, here's someone who I can.
And there's almost like no research. And how can you,
How can you? Yeah, it's exactly. That's the thing. You can like study what part of your brain lights up, but you can't.
And they can see like the brain waves. They can see when it happens, like if somebody's hooked up to a machine. But that's like as deep as it goes. There's a movie, and they talk about it in the and That's Why We Drink podcast. Because they've talked about sleep paralysis and stuff. Yeah. It's called The Nightmare, and it's like a documentary style where it follows like 4 people's stories and experiences with it, and it's really interesting, really terrifying.
I wonder if it's the same part of the brain where Alice in Wonderland syndrome happens.
Ooh, what's that?
It happened to me once, Bethany, when I was texting you. Alice in Wonderland syndrome is all of a sudden a part of your body, for me it was my hands, feel huge. And the rest of you feels really small and you almost can't move. And Bethany, this was December 2019. I was sitting on my couch. I was watching Virgin River. I was texting Bethany about something. I'm sure about an episode that we were working on. And I'm holding my phone. And then all of a sudden my hands get so big that I can't press what I'm supposed to be pressing. And
do you think you were sleeping?
I wasn't sleeping. I was
like
definitely
partially
awake. Maybe partially. And I'm sitting there. I'm trying to text Bethany, but I can't because my hands are giant hands. And all of a sudden my phone looks minuscule inside of my hand. And it lasted. And I had to like stop and like blink and look around because it felt like there was something going on in my brain. And then it passed after a minute or two. And then I was fine.
So your hands, they looked big to you. Did they also feel big?
Yes, they felt giant. And
they looked big.
My fingers were so big, I couldn't text you. And I wonder if it's like the same part of the brain where sleep paralysis, where like you
hallucinate a little bit.
Yeah, you hallucinate a little bit and something is happening to you. But like looking into sleep paralysis and Alice in Wonderland syndrome, I bet that
there's a connection there. Maybe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It sounds like it.
This is so interesting. I've never heard of this.
It's so
the causes
crazy.
for Alice in Wonderland syndrome are still not known exactly. Typical migraine, temporal lobe, epilepsy, brain tumor, psychoactive drugs, or Epstein-Barr virus infections can cause Alice in Wonderland syndrome.
I wonder.
Isn't that mono?
Oh, yeah. But I was way out of college. I mean, I was married, so I'm not getting mono from anyone.
That's crazy. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. So Mary, oh my goodness, it's good to see you. Did you find your shorts with the booty?
No.
That's okay.
They were so small that they just disappeared.
Thank you for sharing your story. Oh man,
Kelly, and I've never heard of. You know what? Now that you say that, I remember you talking about how your fingers felt really, really big, but I didn't know it was called that.
Yeah, and I joined like a Facebook group, and now I get all these notifications about people getting similar experiences.
So weird. Alice in Wonderland syndrome is a rare neurological disorder characterized by distortions of visual perception, the body image, and the experience of time, along with derealization and depersonalization. Hi, Minerva.
Those are fancy words.
Some 85% of patients say that they have distortions in only one sense, so like only visual. Mm-hmm. The majority experience only. Yeah. So let's see.
Minerva. Sylvia says Minerva is sus.
She's so sus. This is really, really fascinating. I want to look more into that. Maybe we'll have to look. Maybe we'll have some do
crazy.
Some research.
I am looking for Jess because I want 2 things. I know that Jess has a show and tell because she wrote in the chat before, but Jess said that she was working as a home health aide in a rural part a rural area, and she was assaulted.
Oh God.
Which is awful. Jess wrote that in the chat group. Jess, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Hi,
that's
hello, my
awful.
friend.
Are we on a delay?
No, I can hear you.
Okay.
There you are.
We
I love.
were kind of behind. But hi. Yeah, I was working as a home health OT.
Okay.
Occupational therapist.
Yeah,
Jill and I
yeah.
were doing a little chat.
Yeah.
Were you talking about when I got assaulted by my
Yeah,
clients?
I'm so sorry that happened to you. And then I also know that you have show and tell for today because
Oh,
you
I
wrote it.
do have show and tell.
And your makeup looks amazing as always.
Thank you. Yes, I did it for you guys. Did you want the story or no?
Let's do the show and tell.
Let's do show.
Okay, the show and tell's
yeah.
happy despite what you may think. Aha, look at these.
Wait, those are like vertebrae.
They are. They're raccoon vertebrae.
What?
Stop. Bethany's going to buy those tomorrow.
Where did you get them?
So I actually have a friend that works in fantasy taxidermy, which is
Amazing.
like a very Bethany thing, I feel like.
Wait. Fantasy taxidermy.
So, like, she does it. Okay, so from what I understand, in taxidermy, there's like regular, like making it look realistic for the people that are like, I did this. And then there's look at this dead thing. It's so fucked up. Or can we curse?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like so like messed up that like we should do something different with it. And so like they'll put together pieces that don't go together, or they'll dye fur, or they'll do like different eyes. And so she gets a lot of dead things. And we were in a like goth fashion group together, and
that's so fun.
And she and I like really got along. We're like plus size, so it's hard to find aesthetic stuff. And I went silent for a while. I had a back injury, part of working in occupational therapy, and I like fell off. I had really bad post anesthesia stuff.
Oh God.
And so I just like stopped talking to everybody. And when I came back, I didn't think anyone would notice. And I was just like, here's an outfit. What's up? And she was so happy I was back that she's like, I had got a dead raccoon and everything was broken on it. I couldn't use anything, but I did preserve the spine. And I was like, sweet. And she's like, I know you love big earrings. Like, I love big hoops. And she goes, I could make you some really killer spike hoops. And I was like, that would be amazing.
Wait, so how does she get these animals? Is it like roadkill that somebody tips her off on?
That, or she finds it, or people that like trap and accidentally kill something.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah. Wow, that's
apparently when you're in taxidermy, people are just like, this is dead.
Here.
Can you use
taxidermy is one of those things, like, as an animal lover, I'm surprised I like it. Because it is there's something like creepy about a preserved animal, but I really am into it, as like, obviously want to make sure that the animal is, died natural causes or whatever, which can't always be helped. But like, those earrings are freaking amazing.
Yes.
They're so cool.
I like couldn't get over that someone cared that I was like not there and like remembered when I came back. So they're like my favorite earrings. I have a bunch of, I feel like if anyone's seen me on the group, I like constantly wear them in profile pictures and stuff like that.
Wait, can I see them again?
Yes.
By the way, people in the chat are saying that you look stellar.
Oh,
thank
those are
you.
really cool.
So cool, Jess.
They're
love
really
them.
cool. How's
Those
the
are
weather
really
in Boston? Is it nice today?
It was, and then it rained like it was the end of the world. But now it's just chilly and awful.
Oh.
Well, you have your earrings to keep you not warm at all.
Yes.
They look amazing.
Thank you for hanging out with us for a little bit tonight. Talk to you later.
Bye, Jess.
Bye. Wow.
Yeah, I feel like every time we talk to Jess, their makeup is like, I want Jess to do my makeup. I want Jess to
Indeed.
teach me how to do my makeup.
Yeah.
Angela, those look like they could be a good weapon too. And that's what you need to do is anytime you wear jewelry or something, if it can double as an impromptu weapon, like ladies used to use their hairpins or hat pins rather, they would take their hat pins out and like jab, jab, jab a guy who got handsy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, sometimes you got to jab.
Sometimes you just need to put your hair up in a bun with a sword. A mini sword.
Yes.
And it's weapons, but make it fashion.
Wait, did I ever get to actually show people my new knife? My new
No,
Athame?
go get your
hold on.
knife.
I have to go get it.
Weapons, but make it fashion. I like the idea of an accessory that helps you protect yourself, but then is also really darling. Like, I don't know, a poisonous snap bracelet. Oh, welcome back.
Hello.
Hi.
This is
that a buck
my
knife?
new. No. I'm very excited about it. It's supposed to be for like spell purposes, directional use only, but I do want to sharpen it to a point in case you need to, you know, I would rather walk upon this sword than betray the trust of my, you know, girlfriend sort of thing. But I love it.
Well, you could like make a really cool like string for it to wear it across your body so it hangs down.
Yeah,
You know?
I love it. I love it so much. The edges are really, really sharp. Where did I get it? You know what?
As
I'll
all
post
good
it.
knives are.
Yeah, it's gotta be. The side is sharp. I really want to get it to a point on the front, but I'll figure out where I got it.
Seamus says you're very dark.
I love it because it's like, you know, it's like the pentagram at the top, which is not a negative thing.
Yeah.
It's not. It's only negative because people have taken it. And it's got the 3 moons.
Yes.
I feel like a blogger. Can you? I don't know why it's not.
It looks like
I don't
our
know why it's
t-shirt.
not. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I love, and it's not a poop knife. Aubrey says it is too pretty to be a poop knife.
But it could be a poop knife. Like that could cut
No.
poop.
Absolutely not.
Listen, you could clean it and it's fine. It's not going to get anything on it. You got to keep your poop knife to cut your poops.
Bethany has the badass killing tool. Kathleen comes up with the masterful way to accessorize it. Absolutely. This is Angela.
If you get some raw, like raw leather shoelaces, they're only finished on one side.
Definitely.
You could get like a long raw leather shoelace and do a little crochet and then you have a little pocket.
Then I have my little thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Oh,
that's all.
This was a fun show and tell. I didn't even finish my wine. I don't know. I must not have been thirsty tonight.
You gotta chug it. I want to hear for next time.
Yeah.
I want to hear more of people's creepy things happened in my home or I heard things or whatever stories. I love hearing that stuff.
I love burglar stories.
Or I found this in my crawl space. What did you find in your wall when you knocked it down?
There was an intruder and I killed them.
I don't know.
Oh my God, things just got so dark. Why did I say that?
More I don't know if we want to.
What?
Because the FBI will get involved.
What is wrong with me sometimes? Honest to goodness.
Oh, I also love Glitch in the Matrix stories. Yes, Christina. Glitch in the Matrix stories would love.
Okay. Taste buds. Mwah. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Oh, one more thing really quickly.
Yeah.
Please, 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 vote for us for the Webbies. And we mentioned, and that's why we drink. They also have been nominated for a Webby in a different category, thank God, so we don't have to choose. But go to either an acquiredtastepodcast.com or our Instagram and click over to the link from there.
Yeah.
And please vote for us. And it would mean a lot.
Yes.
And thank you. And tell your friends and family.
For us, and that's why we drink.
Yes. All right. Thanks. We love you so much.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
See you later.
See you later.